Now, still in the Anambra governorship elections, as political parties and their governorship candidate launched campaigns ahead of the state election, a civil society situation room has revealed some tasks that has been concluded to ensure credible elections in the state. INEC Anambra State Resident Electoral Commissioner Nwachukwu Orji said the elections will be unique because 50,720 polling units will be involved in the polls with 326 wards. He, however, assures Nigerians of credible elections. Benedict Uku has more on the story.
Ahead of Anambra gubernatorial election, dialogue and debates amongst political stakeholders have continued to generate a heated atmosphere. The rise in insecurity in Anambra State has led to threats by the government to impose a state of emergency in the state. On Friday in Abuja, a parley between INEC Anambra State Resident Electoral Commissioner and the Civil Society Situation Room was held to enlighten Nigerians on the forthcoming elections. The convener, Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room, NOB, in her opening remarks called for a legal framework to put in place to guide INEC, also calling on the National Assembly Harmonization Committee to harmonize the bill before them ahead of 2023 general election.
The 2023 general elections and the off-cycle elections are fast approaching, and it is important that the legal framework for the conduct of these elections is put in place to guide the preparation of INEC and other election stakeholders. The Situation Room also underscores the importance of including these provisions that will allow Electoral Commission to inculcate technology into the conduct of elections. The Nigerian Civil Society Situation Room also calls on the National Assembly Conference Committee on the Electoral Bill to act with urgency and harmonize this bill, and we also further call on the National Assembly to conclude legislative proceedings on the bill and transmit same to the President for assent. Again, Situation Room enjoins the National Assembly to act in the best national interest, devoid of political intrigues, because they are playing with lives.
The Anambra State INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner Dr. Nwachukwu Orji, on her part, disclosed that the elections will be unique because 50,720 polling units will be involved in the polls with 326 wards.
This election is going to be unique because it will be the first election that INEC will be conducting with the new set of polling units. Early this year, we were able to convert the voting points in Anambra into polling units, much of them. So we have 1,112 new polling units added to 4,608 polling units that we had previously, bringing it to a total of 5,720. So we are going into this election with 5,720 polling units. We have created something we call ANEP, Anambra Election Project Plan, which is more like domesticating the INEC Election Management Support Center, EMSC. So we drew from EMSC and localized it. Just yesterday, we were able to publish the final list of candidates for this election.
On the issue of voters' education and campaign, Dr. Nwachukwu complained of poor campaign trends by political parties due to the insecurity in the region, which has also affected voter education.
So we have gone on outreach to many of the locations. For example, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oko, Federal Polytechnic Oko, and Federal College of Education in Umunze. So we've gone on outreach programs. We just to attract them and to raise interest in the work we do. And then we use that opportunity to conduct what we call route training. Route training is basically providing some semblance of the training we are going to do, but in a simple form, so that people can stir up people's interest. We are hoping that will encourage people to apply.
With the rise in insecurity ahead of the Anambra gubernatorial election, Dr. Nwachukwu Orji has assured Nigerians of a credible poll.